Hello, this is Goto. Welcome back to the Islands of Insight Static Puzzle series. We are here at the highest viewpoint. Which is gonna be a thing, certainly. On the plus side, we don't have to deal with, shifting and phase anymore, but now we have to deal with these mega hard puzzles. So, let us just get right into it. I think it was 2 episodes ago now, we were here for the first time, doing the viewpoint puzzles here. This area is known for its very difficult viewpoint puzzles. So we're just starting this one off. Filling in our given. So we have these 19s here, and this board is 10 by 10. So a 19 anywhere in the board is able to see only 19 squares. Alright, so it gives us this kind of thing. And we have the rules additionally that all dark regions have an area of 2. Most of these, actually all of these, we're only going to be able to put up to 1 dark domino in. So we need to be mindful in that anywhere we, put if we put a dark cell in here, it's going to exclude there from being a dark cell here. It'll be a corner rule, and then also it's going to have implications to the cells around it. Let's think here, for example, like, do we need to have a dark cell here? If we put no dark cells in this opening here, we're going to get we're going to do +2 and +2, so this is going to become 7. So we cannot not have a dark cell here. That means there has to be something here. We don't know which of these gaps it's going to go for yet, but we're also not going to be able to do any here or here. Alright. So let's see here. This 5 is also going to have a similar situation here. It's not going to be able to go this way. Alright, now this 6 has 3 ways it can go. It can go over here, here, or here to finish itself. But it has to go at least one of these ways, so it can't go up here. So, alright, having some good progress already. Then there's gonna have to be a dark cell here. How constrained does that make this 7? The 7 could technically go both ways here. It could go left and down. And then it could just put a dark cell over here. Let's think about it for a minute. Let's think about this 8 for a second here. So if it's going to go up, at maximum, it could get 3 cells up here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it would have to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one could go up. Wait, can it go up? It cannot go up, because if it goes up... Well, hold on a second. Let me count it up again. So if it goes up, but it doesn't go all the way up to here, it could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So it could go up, but if it goes up, there also has to be a dark cell here. So this dark cell corresponds to a dark cell here. Does this dark cell correspond to anything up here? So if there's a dark cell here, this would suddenly be 5. So it would need to pick up 3 more. It could either go this way to pick up 3 more, or it could go down here to pick up 3 more. What if it was a dark cell here? There's a dark cell here in this square. It would need to go left, so it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't this 8 is pretty open right now. It can't be blocked on both sides though. So like if there's a dark cell here, it has to go up. And if there's a dark cell here, it has to go left. Does that mean it always has to go down? Let's see. No, it doesn't have to go down because it can also just go straight left by itself without going up or down. Okay. The 5, I don't think we can really do anything with the 5. The 6, again, kind of same thing over here. So the 7, okay. I feel like if we go right with the 7, we pick up an odd parity that we don't want. So if we go right, we would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would have to come all the way over here to break its parity. What if it just went over 1 here? So if it goes here 1, it's 4, so it has an even parity. We have to go here to pick up another odd parity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to make this be fully filled in over here. And it's also going to make all of the tiles in this room have to be light, which is going to overload it, because we wouldn't be able to have a dark here and here. So we have to have a dark in here with 7. That means it cannot go to the right, because it's going to pick up an odd parity and mess things up. So the 7... I clearly don't know what I'm doing. The only other way the 7 does anything is if it goes over here. Now we need an odd parity, so we have to come all the way over here. So this has to be like this. And then this is a problem, isn't it? Am I missing something here? Did I put a dark cell here on accident when I meant to put a light cell? I think this is what I meant to do. I must have misclicked and not been paying attention. Okay. Alrighty. Crisis averted. So there's gonna have to be a dark cell over here somewhere. And there's gonna have to be a dark cell over here somewhere. And it's gonna be that one there, this one here. This one now cannot go left anymore, so it's gonna have to do the old down here. Alright, besides that one big mess up over here in the bottom left corner, oh, I was pretty close to the figuring it out correctly. Okay, connect all light and dark cells. We have a dark border, so we're not going to use the border rule here. We have a 7 here. The edge of the board is 7, the inner board anyways. The actual board is 9, but we're only dealing with the inner 7 by 7 here. And there's a 6 here, so the 7 can at most be a 6th. Needs to be at least 1 up here. This 6 in the top right can at most be a 6. This 6 could connect to that 7, which would complete itself. It's gonna be a toughie. This enclave in general is gonna be a toughie, so buckle up. only a 2-pip or a 2-star difficulty, and we have these over here. Great. Okay. So this 6, okay, I'm seeing something here. Since we have connect all dark and light, we cannot have a checkerboard pattern. This 6 can only go one way, because if it goes both ways, this 3 finishes and becomes a checkerboard. That means there's going to be one dark cell here, and there's going to be one dark cell here. Which way is it going, though? I don't know yet, but that is a starting observation, at least. Alright, so if the 6 has to go one way all the way, if it goes up, it's going to hit this 6, and it's going to cause a checkerboard up here. So we have to go over here. Ooh, finally got started on this one. Jeez. Alright, now this 6 has to come out to at least this point. Need to be thinking about what kind of moves would create a checkerboard, basically. If we put the 4 all the way this direction, we're going to make a blocked-in dark cell here. So this has to come up by at least 1. Let's see, if there's a light cell here, this has to be dark and come out through this way. In general, can we have any dark cells down here? Are we going to need a dark cell in this area somewhere? Yes, because this 4 can't come all the way down here. So one of these is going to be dark. Oh, well, this 3 is not going to be able to come any out this way. So there's going to be a dark cell somewhere in one of these 2 cells. So for it to escape, it's going to have to go up through here. Okay. The 6, I just seeing over here, it's pretty constrained. Can do this. If we connect it over here, we make a checkerboard, so let's not do that. Now the 6 is done. It was done until I misclicked. Alright. That 6 is done, this 3 is done. The checkerboard there. We're gonna need a dark cell here or here, so put that there. This 4 is in an odd parity, so we need to give it a +1. Also connect all the light cells is a thing, I guess. So one of these is dark and one of them is light. Why would this matter? If we put a dark cell up here, this cell isn't going to matter, so this one has to be light. Wait. Sorry, this one has to be light. There we go. Using a unique puzzle solution decoding there to solve that one. Alright, 15 minutes in, only 2 puzzles solved. We have 7 more to go, and they only get harder from here. What did I leave for myself here? We have a 3-star, 2 4-stars, a 2-star, and then a 5-star? And I think another 4-star somewhere else? Oh yeah, back here, okay. Alright, well, I mean, this might just be another multi-episode enclave. I'm just gonna keep working them in difficulty order, I think. Okay, so we got a snake. We need to make a snake. So, for us to make a snake with these viewpoints are either going to need to be either like the pivot points or somewhere along a long stretch of snake. How big is our grid here? We're looking at 3 plus 5 plus 1. 9. So we're looking at a 9 by 9 grid. This means this 10 cannot run in only one direction. It needs to run in at least 2 directions. So it can either run like... What would be happening with this 6? Hold on. Can we have any dark cells down here? Let's think about that for a second. Could we have a dark cell here? So if we put a dark cell here, and then we try to make it go all the way across, that's going to be 9, right? This board is 9 by 9, right? 8? 8? 1. Okay, yeah. So we put a dark cell here. We can't get a 10 if we go up, and we can't get a 10 if we go up. Right. So this has to be light. If we put a dark cell here, how is it getting in here? Like, in here in general, this is a snake trap in here. And then this is a snake trap. Okay. So we have a dark cell here. It would have need to come in here, so we're going to have to go up this way. And that's also going to make it not work. So our 10 has to go like this. And it's going to have to go in both of these directions a decent amount. We got some good info on the 6 while doing that. We're not going to be able to turn... How many do we have here? So 7? So this is going to have to go at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can go at most 6 here, so it's going to have to go at least 4 in this direction. And then in this direction, it can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has to go at least 4 in this direction as well. Okay. So now we can do this. Oh. So this is probably the tip of the snake here. So we have our tip of the snake. Snake trap. Snake trap here. This doesn't necessarily connect here. This could, like, swoop out and connect to this 4 and then come back down here. So we don't know about that yet. This dark could also go here, go around, and then connect into 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn to the 4. It could not do that, actually, because that would block in this 6 to be 6. Never mind. No, that's fine. Let's think about if we do not put a light cell here, or if we do not put a dark cell here. That's gonna look like... it would have to come out, then up. There's always a light cell here, though. It cannot... The dark... the snake cannot come all the way over here, so... So either it's going to have to come over and up. If it comes up, it has to, like, swoop around this. What is the 7 going to do? So this is already 4. We don't really have much more information to figure out where the 7 is going just yet. The 6? Can the 6 go down? Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if the 6 goes down, it's going to separate the 7 and the 4. Or the 4 and the 7 up here, these. We don't know that the snake goes around and circles around it in that manner, though, so... in any case, we can make two assumptions. We can make an assumption about the 7. This 7 can either go 1 here, and then it has to be 6 here. It can be 1 here, and then it has to be 6 here. Or it can be 1 here, and then it has to be 6 here. So, it always has to be 6 here. Alright. Should have spotted that earlier. Alright, so there's our 6. So the 7 does actually wrap around the corner over there. Cool. Good to know, I suppose. This is a snake trap in here. We don't know where our snake actually ends, though. The snake could come in here and fill this in. That's something I also need to think about. But for now, the snake has to come down at least 2 more, because it cannot go and make a 4 in that direction, and then it needs to turn some way. So now this kind of blocks the snake from coming out in this direction. Let's have it go this way. I think if we just have the snake come here, the 7 can now be finished, and then there we go. Alright, cool. What do we want to do next? Let's do one of the 4 stars one. Because we have 2 5 stars, 2 4 stars, and a 3 star. So let's do, like, not all of the hard ones lost. 5 and a 4. We got snakes again. Snakes on a snake, I guess. I don't know. Do we have any snake traps to get started here? Well, if this goes like this, we create a snake trap. So this cannot go here, here, and here. If we go here, this is going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would have to be a snake here. That would be fine at the moment. Let's think about where the snake is gonna go through some of these tiles. So if we put a light cell here, we're gonna have a dark, dark, dark here and a dark here. It's gonna have to, like, weave up here. It's gonna have to, like, go through here, I guess, and weave through here. That's gonna leave the 3 to go this way and this way. I'm just gonna have to doodle this one out because it is a bit too much consideration. So I'm looking at this 2 right now, and I was imagining this. So if we're imagining this is the route the snake would have to go here. This can't go like that, so that would have to come out here. This would have to go like this, and we have a forced 2x2 there, yeah, so. Okay, that didn't really help that much. 3 of these, 3 of the sides of this 2 are gonna have a dark cell on it, though. That's gonna be very tricky to figure out. Let me imagine what happens if we do this. So this comes down like that. That has to go like this. Does this have to do anything weird? No, that doesn't really give us enough information. I mean, we see it's possible, I guess. There has to be a dark cell here. There has to be a dark cell up here. Or 2 dark cells up here. If we go here, we have to go here, and we cannot go here. So that has to go like that. And then this has to do this. This can't go in here. It's a snake trap. Okay. So our dark cell up here has to go this way. That's what we've learned. And then both of these snakes can't go out in this direction, so one of them has to come through here. So we have a 2, 5, 2 out of 5 for this. This Darktail is going to have to go through this gap right here. This could, like, conceivably... like, go over here? If this 4 comes down here, then there's a dark cell over here. This has to, like, go through up here and then do crazy stuff up here. That is gonna be like one busy snake. I think this 5 is gonna have to do this, because otherwise that's gonna be like, well, that's gonna be like impossible for the snake to get any progress done. Yeah, that's correct. Now look at this tile. I don't know what that tile wants me to look at here, though. Oh, never mind. Alright, so... this now has to go through here. This is a snake trap. Wait. I jumped the gun somewhere here. Yeah, I jumped the gun on this dark cell up here. This doesn't have to connect here. This can go up like that. This, however, does have to connect. This snake is going to be going down this way. So do that. I feel like I got a little lost in the sauce there at some point, but as they say in the industry, we take those. When the, you know, when the puzzle, or when the video descriptions say it's semi-tutorialized, I don't expect, like, to be able to fully explain all the logic in every single puzzle, unfortunately. Let's do a dangled 5x5, or a 5-star. Okay, this one deals with a lot of perpendicular numbers here. So we have a 4 and a 6, and we know that of the 4, with the 6 has to come out by 2 more. Now we have the 6 and an 8, we know the 8 has to come out by 2 more. Now the 6 needs to come out by another one. And I think that might be all the moves we're able to make here. Because this one is 1 tile from completion. But it could either go this way If it goes this way, this one needs to go this way twice. If it goes this way, this one needs to go this way once. So this one at most will be one more here, so it needs to be at least one more in that direction. The 4 needs to be... we don't know. The 6 can be either way. So I think the 6 is as solved as we can get it. The 8 is as solved as we can get it. If the 4 goes down here, the 6 can go down and we're good. If the 4 goes left, the 6 can't go left, and then the 8 can go left and we're good. Alright, let's look at the bottom left of this. So we have 10 and a 9. The 10 is taking up... this is a 7 by 7 grid? Yeah, 7 by 7. So at most it's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. The 9 is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. The 7 at most, or this 9 can at most go up 5, then it has to go 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10 can go at most up 7, and then it has to go at least 3 down here. So it has to be at least one more along this 9. One more than the 9 has currently, like, allowed it to be. I think. So if it's 7, then it can go 8. No, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one would have to be at least 3 along here. At least 3 more than it currently has. So it's either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. So it has to be at least these two. Five more cells we can place, huh? If the 7 is going all the way up, technically we could just spam 4 sites and finish this puzzle. But what does this look like? A music grid? Nah, we don't do that. So the 10 now has 6 here. That means it has to have... hang on. It has 4. So it has to have at least 6 more. Up to 6 more from here. So that means this 7 would not actually be able to fully fill this column at this point. Is everything correct so far? It was not correct so far. Okay. Everything is correct up to here though. So what happens if we put a light cell here, for instance? This would have to be light, dark, 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 dark. Then this one would have to be 7. This would be done, so that would be a dark here and a dark here as well. So that would make it so that this 9 is stuck being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has to be dark. Those can't connect. That just makes a chain reaction of craziness. What else is happening here? This is like the hardest difficulty puzzle in the game, so can't be too mad about this being very difficult to figure out. I feel like this... There needs to be something else. Obviously. What if we put a dark cell here? Okay, if we put a dark cell here, we're going to make a full column here. This is going to sandwich this off. Then the 9 is going to be stuck with a 5. So we have to put a light cell here. If we put a light cell here, we're going to have to put a light cell here. So this would be 4... Well, we already... Hang on, did we establish that the full column is a problem? Well, we can't get a full column now. Never mind. So this at most now can be a 6. So we need to have 4 cells that are down here. We have 3, and then the 4th one can be over here or over here. We actually saw earlier from the hint this tile cannot be colored. So I think we have to say this one has to be colored, right? Nope, okay. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take like an extra hint here because I'm just like really stuck and having trouble seeing this. So it wants us to put a color here. If we put a light tile here, this one's gonna be stuck to a 5. Let's just see, I'm just gonna doodle. So we put a light tile here, this one has to do that, then that has to do that, this now has to fill this in. That has to do that, and it messes up the 5. That's how many steps ahead this is, like, requiring you to think here. So that can't do that. Then we have to go up here, and then I'm going to guess our last of the 7 is going to be ambiguous here. We're not going to be able to know whether this is going up or down. But we do now know that this is going to be capped off. Wait, no, we don't know that. Did I make another error? Because this 7 would go up here. Wouldn't this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Oh, it would be +1 on this one. So this is this is ambiguous whether it's going left or right here still. Oh, man. What a doozy. The hint pointed us over here. So let's think about this for a second. We know this is going to be 7. Or this is going to be 6 here. So there's going to be 4 here. That means this is going to have 5 along this cell. So it can only have 3. Wait. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then it needs 4 more here, and then it's done. So this has to come up by 1. Now the rest of what the 5 is doing, the 5 and the 9 are ambiguous. There's 1 more here or here. Is it? Why am I short on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 4 is going to be up or down. The 6 is then going to need to go left and right. It can't go left and right, can it? What am I doing? How did I get to that? Hold on, 1 second. So if we're light here, this is 4. That means it has to go up or down. That means this one needs 2 more tiles. That means this one needs 1 more tile, and that makes this happen. 7, 8, 9. Okay. Too many steps to figure out. Sorry about that. That's like terribly difficult puzzle. This is above my pay grade. Alright, we have 4 more to go. Let's do one of the harder ones again, I guess, and then we'll hop back to an easier one. Easier, still 3 stars of difficulty. Alright, no dominoes. We know for no dominoes we can do this. Now we can do this. And then no 4 in a row. So start by blocking some 4 in a rows here. And connect all light cells. Alright. So if we do a light cell here, we're going to have dark here, light here, dark here. So it's going to be light, dark, dark, and dark. I'm actually just gonna like go ahead and doodle it because I cannot imagine so many cells at the same time. Okay, so that looks like it works. Is there gonna be like some problem spontaneously show up because of me doing that? Oh, hold up, I don't know what that assumption is. This is starting like the solve on an assumption, so so we have kind of like these cavities in here that we need to get into. So depending on which side we get into them from is gonna kind of dictate which way we have to go around this grid. We need to watch out for these 4x4s from showing up, so it's gonna continue making this weird tiled arrows, kind of. There's like a pattern here. You need very good pattern recognition to pick it out. I'm just like not seeing this one. If we put another light cell here, this is gonna become like this situation, so that has to be like that. Now we need to get into both of these at the same time. I think we would want to do it like this, and then like that. I just threw a hint just to check. This is like not one I think I would be able to come up with a solution just because I have a really hard time imagining this pattern in here. So the light cell's not going to be able to go in here, so we should just go ahead and cap this one, and we know that the light cell would come out of here. Nope, we do not know that. Ignore what I said. So it could come here and then cap off there. Then we can sneak out this way. I think we can't have any 2x2s, maybe? When we have a 2x2, it kind of like just messes stuff up, so... Am I seeing something? Like, we have this weird snake. I have a 2x2 here. Is that gonna mess things up? Yeah, that messed things up again. We have, like, this weird kind of snake where every time it turns, it has, like, a point sticking off of it. So, like this then? So this has to come up here like this. Yeah, so I think you need to figure out this curve. So if you look, this curve kind of goes like, it does like an S turn, and then it does a T, and then it does an S turn, and then it does a T. So I think it's like a very complex pattern recognition that you have to be able to figure out there with the dominoes and the T piece, the dominoes and the no foreigner rule, which is like something I'm certainly not able to do. We got 3 puzzles left. Let's see if I can not get stuck in a tree. Let me go! Alright. Hey! Didn't even put me back at the correct, at the correct, Great Pearl. It put me in the dang old Shady Wildwood. I'll just be like 1 second getting back, so I'm not gonna cut this. It is right over here after all. Wait, is it? Is it this one? I've gone to the wrong one. I will cut it now. Kind of surprisingly, I've gotten like stuck more times while filming this series than I have the original time I played the game. Alright, where were we trying to go? We have a 3-star and a 4-star and a 5-star left. Which is the 5-star puzzle? Is it the Matrix one? Yeah. Alright, let's do it. No squares and viewpoints and darts. So we kind of need to figure out what's going to be going on with these darts. So in total, there are going to be... We have an 8x8 grid. And there is going to be... 16 dark squares in it, and all 16 dark squares have to block all possible instances of a square. Okay. So we need to first think about what's happening here, and what's happening in a column in general. So to block a square, we have a 4x4 area, sorry, a 2x2, and we need to have a dark cell in one of these. So in every column, actually, we have a 2x2, a 2x2, a 2x2. Is this column not 8x8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we have 4 2x2s in each set of 2 columns. So it's almost like a star battle puzzle. Almost, but not exactly. So we can do something that makes 2 dark cells appear in the same cell. For example, if I do a dark cell here, that's going to make this one down here be good. But then we're going to need another dark cell down in one of these cells somewhere. So let's just say we do it over here. Then we need to prevent a 2x2 here and here. So we can do it like this and this. Oh, that's slightly different than, Oh, but we also need to stop the 2. Hold on. So if we go down, we need to stop the 2 like this. This is done here. And then we need to prevent 2 2x2s up here and up here, but it's not possible. So we basically have to say for each region of 2x2s, we have to have 1 dark square. So there are 16 2x2 regions. There's one here, etc. We're going to have a dark cell in each one of those. I think. Unless I just blabbered on the most crazy person thing I ever could have thought of. So that means we can't go down here. That would put a... There's a... this is one region, and that would put a dark cell in both of those regions. So we have a dark cell in this region. We can cap this one off now. Now, one of the dark cells is going to have to be here or here. So there can't be any dark cells there. There's one of our dark cells. And we are going to either now have to have this dark cell be here. There has to be a dark cell here or here. And then there would have to be one here or here on the opposite side. So here or here. So there's one dark cell here. And there's one dark cell here. If there's a dark cell here, we would mess up this too. So this one has to be light. I think we're on the right track so far. There could be a dark cells like corner adjacent like this, so that's why it's not exactly like a star battle. But there cannot be one like this. Well, if that 2 wasn't there. There can't be one like this. This is invalid. Okay, are we doing correct so far? Okay, we are doing correct so far. Your progress is correct. Look at this cell in the middle of the dang board. Wow, okay. Let's see. We need to block a 2x2. Now, we can't just say that this area has to have, we can't just say that we have to have a 2 dark cells in every area, because that's going to make it so that we could also make a 2x2 on the, like, odd columns. Like, if we had, like, one here and here, then we would also need one here, and that would mess things up. So for here, we have to have a dark cell here. Is that what the hint was telling me? That this has to be a light cell because the dark cell of this quadrant needs to be over here, basically. And then the dark cell of this quadrant would need to be here. And then the dark cell of this quadrant needs to be here. So that's a blocker. Okay. There needs to be a dark cell down here for this 3. There needs to be a dark cell up here for this 3. Then the dark cell for this is going to be here. This just can't go there. So that 3 is done now. I am praying that I am doing this correctly. We actually know that's good there. And then this one is good. So there has to be a dark cell here. This one is good here. Okay, so everything's looking good so far. Since we have a dark cell here, I think we cannot have a dark cell here. So we're going to have a dark cell in here. We're going to have a dark cell in here. We're going to have our 2 dark cells over here. We can actually have one of them now. Then we have to have this one. Okay. This one can go up here. We know there has to be a dark one down here, so stop that one. This can't go here, so that's that dark cell. We could have a dark cell, like, immediately adjacent over here, I guess. So we can't just rule that out yet. Could we? I don't know. I suppose so, but probably not, actually. No, I don't think so. I think that would be problematic for over here, maybe. So let's go ahead and seal that up. Now this one is done. This is done. Please be correct. This 2x2 is done. Okay, we have one here, one here. That one is done. This one is done. This one is done. Woo! Okay. I more or less did that one without really botching the logic real bad. So pretty proud of that one, actually. Okay. No dominoes, huh? So we got no dominoes and connect all light cells. I think if we connect all light cells, is there a problem if we have connect all light cells and then any of these symmetry symbols are in it? I think that's like the first thing we have to figure out, right? What are these symmetries symmetric to? So because they're uncolored, the first thing we have to do is we can do the symmetry of uncolored. So regardless of what this is, the thing that's symmetrical to it needs to be the same color. Same things over here. Now, connect all light cells and everything is symmetrical horizontally. So the spore is going to have to be over here. So here's the 4 and the 8. Okay, if we also made this... Does it, like, make any sense for any of these lotuses to be in here? Let's see what happens if they're not. So let's just say we put a... Well, hold on. What is the center of this grid? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is directly in the middle of it. This is a 11 by 11 grid. So if these were horizontal, or these were symmetrical both ways, why would we want it to be symmetrical both ways? I don't think we would specifically want it to be symmetrical. Like, if we could, we would just want to say make these all dark, and then we don't have to worry about them. But the problem is, if we make all of these dark, then the 6 cannot become a 6. If we go left and right from this 6... Well, if we go up, then the 6 cannot become a 6 because this is an odd parity. So the 6 has to go left and right. Left or right. And since it's symmetrical, it has to go both ways. So this is now going to turn into this shape. Do we want the middle symmetry as well? I think we're gonna need it to break the odd parity, maybe. Because if we go down, this is gonna make us. This is gonna be symmetrical over here and over here and over here. So we would have to go down by 3, so we'd have to go all the way down here. I think that would work actually. We also have to do the symmetry of these outer shapes, though, now that I'm looking at it. So let's see. This 4 is over here. And then this one is over here. And then relative to this, this is, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. It's going to be up 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they're there. So up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they're here. Whoops. Okay. So we're basically doing this around the board. Where's this 8 go? So this goes up, 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 up. So the 8's going to go like this around the board. So I think we need to put the 4 through here to get odd parity. And then we needed to get one more somehow. Well, one more is going to be... If we put a block here, that gets it one more. But it could also go up this way. Is what we're looking at correct so far? Nope. Because what else could it do? I guess it could go like this, and then it could come out like that. Right? This would be correct. Or even, like, we don't know which way it goes yet. Oh, and this corner as well. Now what about this 8? Whatever's happening over here, it basically has to mirror it in both directions. So, like, if it goes down here, then a tile appears over here and over here. So if it goes down, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it needs to go this way. So in here, there's going to be either dark cells here and here, or there's going to be a dark cell here. Either way, that's going to result in there being a light cell here. Whoop, that one. I feel like at this point there's no reason we wouldn't want this Lotus in the middle to be part of this 6. But I guess the 6 could still come out like this way. And then... Whoops. And then like that. So that would make a shape like this. And that would be dark in there. But then this would have to go like this. Which would make a big problem. Okay. Yeah, I think this 6 has to pick up this middle Lotus. And then it has to come out by 1. So, no. How does it go out by 1, though, now at this point? I made big mistakes a long time ago. Hold on. So that one was wrong up here. Oh, because there's an extra tile over here. I didn't count this one on accident. This can just go like this. Silly. Silly me. I'm pretty sure this logic I sussed out using the 4 though is correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that like so. Yeah, so if we make this symmetrical like this, then we can't go up and down anymore. And then this turns into that, which turns into that, which turns into that, which turns into that. So this can't be light. This is correct, right? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So this is gonna go like this now. I think this is like the shape I was looking at towards the start of the puzzle. I think this is like what makes the most sense. Big ol' symmetrical type of shape over here. Something like this. These have to be light. Everything here symmetrical? Nope, I'm missing that side and those two. So if we put a dark cell here, it's going to put a dark cell here. But then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be like that. Then this has to go like that. Okay. Kind of a more tricky one there. You definitely had to catch, like, and understand what that 6 was trying to do in the middle. Alright, we have one more left for this dang old little island here of doom. I mean, fun sightseer puzzles. And so, let's do it. We have area numbers mixed in with viewpoints now. So what is this 3 gonna want to do? This 3 is, like, very crammed in here. These 9s are gonna be a menace, I'm pretty sure. The 3s, so the 3s aren't gonna be able to connect to any of these 5s. The 3 could come here. If it goes here, this 5 has to go and be a 5 without doing anything else. So the 3 is either gonna have to come here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. So these are gonna be dark. The 3 cannot come in those directions. And it's gonna be having a near miss with those. So regardless of which way the 3 goes, it's going to have to block off those 2 routes. Then can we deal with something over here. So this 5 could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would have to come here. So got a little bit of leeway here now. We don't have any rows with the dark pieces. That's only the numbers that we're worried about here. This 5 has to go down at least 1. Whoops, that was a misclick. Could this 9 pick up these two 5s? So if we have a 5, it's going to be 5 over here. Let's just say it's 5 over here in some random way, and they're overlapping by 1. So a 5 and a 5 would overlap to make 9, but then the 9 itself would take a 10th tile, so these cannot connect. All right. Now these are looking promising to connect, this 9 and this 5 viewpoint. It could go like this, and that would make a 9 there and complete this 5. I think that's actually what we want to do, because I don't know that we really have a lot of room to squeeze these other numbers together. This 5 is going to have to come out here. Is it going to have to come out here? I guess, let's see. If the 5 goes here... the 5 could just go like this. It could make like a P pentomino in the corner. But it could also go out like this. Nope, it can't go out like that. So if the 5 can't go here, then it's done. So the 5 has to come here, then it cannot connect to this one. The 5 is going to have to touch this 3 pentomino. Either here or here. Either here or here. And then the last piece of it is going to have to be off of this axis somewhere. So it would either have to be like this or like this. So if it's here, it forces it to be like this. So we can't have a piece in the corner and then not have this. So if this is here, then this. If this is here, then we could do this or this. If this is here, then we'd have to do this or this. So those are like 3 possible orientations we could have that 5 going in at the moment. What's happening with this 2? If we put a light cell here, then we cause issues for that 4. So that can't go that way. The 4 can't come over here, so the 4 at most has 4 tiles to deal with. So it could go like this. Or the 4 could go... Like if this came up here, the 4 would have to come down by 1. If this went down here, this would be like this, right? And then the 4 could do this, and it's kind of inconsequential. I think we probably want the two... I mean, I'm saying I think and probably, like, I don't know for sure, which I don't, so I'm still figuring it out. Can this 5... Let's see, how many do we have over here? We have 6? So if this came out over here, let's just say that this 5 is going to come this way. So now we have 9, and the 5 cannot finish itself. So the 5 can't even come out this way. So the 5 has to go at least up here, and then that means it can't do that. So that 9 is confirmed done. Okay, so the remaining light cells on this 9 up here have to be off of this 4. So let's block that off in there. It's not... It can only be one of these. This 5. What is this 5 doing? It's probably meeting up with this 9 over here, because this 9 is not going to be able to do anything with this 5. So this is probably going to connect over here along the middle. Then this one's probably going to connect along these pieces. The 6 is going to be over here, kind of just crammed in the wall. I think we're going to have a cramming puzzle, so I think we should strive to reduce the amount of space we're taking up here. So this 6 could go something like this. This 9 like this. 7... 8, 9. That seems wrong. That's wrong from, like, all the way back here. So the 6 can't hook up with a 5, no matter what. The 6 has to hit the 3. So if it's saying it doesn't go this way, does the 6 come up like this? No. Does the 6 not actually touch that at all? So it's saying that's correct. Via hints, we know that's wrong, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill that out. Oh, the 6 can hit the 5. Okay. So then the last one of this has to be off of this 5. I'm just going to clear that. This 9 is going to have to come up here and hit this 5. So this 5's probably going to have to do this. This is 9. So this 9 is going to have to be a shared 9. That's a 4. Uh-oh. Where did we mess up? Oh, wow. All the way back here. So like that? Yikes. That was like a big number of things to have messed up on over there. Not too proud of that one, but you know, we kind of have the show keep running here. Already an extra long episode finishing up this enclave. So, next time we will be finishing up the Serene Deluge. We have Ground Away, which is one of the new that's one of the new puzzles that was added with the Archipelago of Curiosities. And then we're probably actually going to go finish up the main campaign and then start these optional enclaves. So, with that, thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time on the Islands of Insight Static Puzzle series. See ya! Whee!